Nick Sorters, he's good. This guy gets a lot of he catches a lot of stuff. It says there's a company called Influential, Influenceable, and it's the company cutting big checks to influencers on behalf of Big Soda. So Trump is gonna, and I don't know if it's Doge or whoever, but they're trying to get. I know Bobby Kennedy's about making the food for children in schools, make it healthy instead of processed food and garbage, and they're trying to get rid of SNAP being able to buy soda. So over the last 48 hours, several large, supposedly MAGA-aligned influencers posted almost identical talking points fed to them, convincing you that Maha was out of line for not wanting soda purchases with food stamps. SNAP, that's what food stamps are, SNAP?
Yeah.
Some even Slimy invokes President Trump as an emotional manipulation tactic, referring to his Diet Coke button. Boy, Donald Trump he drinks so much Diet Coke he once shit out a laboratory rat. I don't know if you know that. That's how much Diet Coke.
The guy doesn't do any drugs. It's so funny because like Diet Coke, I equate that with huffing, the level of
no
danger
kidding.
to you.
Not a single one of them disclosed they were paid for these posts, which led readers to believe a general soda ban was in the works. So Maha is not haha about sugary sodas. Let me put it that way. So here's one. Clown World tweeted this out. This is according to Nick Sorter. The government wants to block soda purchases for Americans on SNAP. Remember when New York City tried this and it completely backfired? President Trump proudly had a Diet Coke button in the Oval Office. This is ridiculous government overreach. Let people decide for themselves, says Clown World.
SNAP. It's SNAP. It's not people deciding. It's your money paying for them to have it. The reason they can't have lobster.
Clown World is in fact part of the Clown World.
Yeah.
It turns out.
Clown World. Who would have thought an anonymous Twitter account would be no good at the end of the day?
And everybody knows Mexican Coke is the only way to go.
Yeah, that's true.
I say, Mr. Trump, tear down the using actual sugar wall.
Mexican Coke's the best, but I don't want to be deported.
Here's another one. Eric Doherty says, important, we cannot allow Make America Healthy Again messaging to be used to force needy Americans into not buying certain things. Oh, all of a sudden they care about needy Americans and what they're buying with government money. Some officials in D.C. are working on trying to prevent Americans on SNAP from using those benefits to purchase any soda. Yeah, it's all not good for you.
Is that their biggest buyer, by the way, is poor people on SNAP? I'll bet you it is.
Remember,
it is,
I wouldn't doubt it. Them and Trump. So billionaires and super poor people. Remember when New York City Democrats tried the same thing, the exact same message? President Trump literally has a Diet Coke button in his office. Let people think and decide for themselves. Anyone can consume. So that's another one. So there's another one.
It's
right?
not, by the way, they didn't try the same thing. That's not true at all. They did not try the same thing because this welfare element
No. What they tried to do in New York City.
Sizes. And they made the sizes smaller. And so what?
Yeah. And I thought they tried to get it out of schools. I'm not sure, but I think that's what. So here's another one. Not Jerome Powell. Powell says government overreach strikes again. This time it's soda. They want to restrict soda purchases through SNAP this time. This is an unwarranted attempt by the government to dictate what Americans can or cannot consume. There's always been. I'm pretty sure there's always been controls on what you can't buy alcohol with SNAP.
Jimmy, this sounds like Hunter Biden talking about crack.
Yeah, you can't buy cigarettes. You can't buy cigars. It's always
I used to have to hide to smoke weed, by the way.
Even President Trump likes to drink his ad. The government needs to stop. So these people are all being paid to say this. And they're not telling you they're being paid to say this. I have advertisers, and when I always tell you, hey, this is an advertiser. Here's one more.
Is there a thing to make people disclose that they got paid to say this? Oh, this scumbag. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I hate this creep. Yeah.
So just remember, these people are arguing for the government to pay poor people to get fatter. These are the modern day Republican influencers. Here's Ian Miles Chung, right? So Ian Miles Chung, are you really trying to tell me that soda can be used as part of a healthy diet? Is that what sure, as long as you use a straw and flap your arms 1,000 times a minute like a hummingbird, I think it's okay to drink.
That's the one safe way.
A new war on soda has begun targeting purchases made through SNAP. I don't believe it's the government role to decide what people should or shouldn't eat. The last time the U.S. government dove deep into dietary guidance, the whole world ended up with the questionable food pyramid. It's also championed the COVID-19 vaccine. So this is, wow.
He lives in Malaysia, this guy.
This is so deceitful.
He sucks. Yeah.
This is very, wow, you're being paid.
No, and this dude, by the way, he's putting his own fat spin on the ad copy. See how he goes the extra mile and throws in.
Yeah, his own.
There's a food pyramid.
Yeah.
This is a guy who has a real ant problem at his house. He's a fat asshole with drinking soda. Stop. He's got ants constantly.
Promoting better health for Americans is a reasonable idea, but not when it involves curbing Diet Coke purchases. Why?
I'm not on Snap. What are you talking about, Miles? And you care about American welfare people buying soda. Is that real?
So
it's not. I know it's not.
So
individual liberty. Get a job.
So he goes, these influencers, this is Nick Sorter's reporting, were given a couple templates to use by influencers, with one of those templates specifically telling them to mention Trump's Diet Coke habit. This was done to invoke an emotional response from loyal Trump supporters, making them feel as if banning soda from Snap would be anti-Trump. This is an incredibly dirty tactic meant to manipulate loyal followers. Nick is right. And I don't want my tax dollars going to another war. We should not be losing our sons and daughters against the battle against Diet Coke. That's what I say.
Yeah.
And this
it's big with AA people.
So here it is. And here's the thing where it says mention Trump's Diet Coke button. So this is it. And then here's a picture of Trump drinking Diet Coke. Look, it really helped his weight.
Yeah. Well, he, I believe, earns his own money as the president of the United States. This is Snap again. Yeah. You don't want these people buying lobster. I've heard Republicans say this over and over again.
Over and over.
A healthy lobster is no good. But let them have corn syrup.
So Nick Sorter, influencers were texted by Influenceable. That's the name of the company, Influenceable.
Great name.
Telling them to help push back against government overreach, and told they'd be paid between several hundred and even $1,000 plus for each post, attempting to turn MAGA folks against RFK Jr. and Maha. And there it is.
$1,000 a post. How come nobody approaches me?
Nobody ever approaches me.
Oh, so it's good for you. I'm not with that. Yeah, I'm not with this show.
Help push back against government overreach and defend personal choice. Efforts to restrict soda purchases through food aid programs are a clear example of bureaucratic overreach. This is amazing.
Did they get the name Influenceable by mixing influence and reprehensible?
The way Influenceable operates is simple. They develop comfy relationships with lobbying firms who are funded handsomely by massive corporations such as Coca-Cola and Pepsi. They also develop relationships with influencers such as the ones listed above and pay them to push these lobbying groups' talking points. They're a middleman that makes a hell of a lot of essentially selling out for our country. They are middlemen who make a hell of a lot essentially selling out our country. That's exactly what they're doing.
You know why Trump's not going to fix America? Because it's America. And the bottom line of America is this bullshit.
That's right.
Make money no matter what. And so you can't fix that, can you?
So every influencer contacted by Influenceable met the same criteria, supposedly MAGA aligned. This was all meant to be. Well, they didn't contact me. And half the country thinks I'm MAGA aligned. So.
Well, that's because influenceable types just lie. They get money to lie.
This was all meant to manipulate their followers, which trust them for their news and opinions, into siding with Big Soda. A grand total of 0 of them disclosed that they were paid to push a stance on proposed regulations.
Yeah, that's Warren Buffett's. He's a big. That's why he always like, I love Coca-Cola, because he's a corn syrup.
That's right.
Magnate.
There was another template, too, specifically pushing a CPAC link, calling this a war on soda. The link was included in the outline provided by Influenceable.
Listen, the SNAP payments I'll bet you a huge chunk of their money in the soda business comes from that. Because what my girlfriend was like, people still drink soda. This is how long she lived in California, and
yeah.
Like, yeah, what do you think? All these fatsos, that's what number one fatso syrup in America
But, and
is
it's
soda.
and it's even worse to drink diet soda. If you're doing it to reduce your weight, they've done studies. The people who drink diet soda, it actually increases their weight because it's a chemical and it's bad for you. It's not natural to put that in your body, and it messes you up. And the fattest people I know drink diet sodas. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, look, what the science is done. You always see fat people drinking diet soda, but you do also see Mick Jagger drinking it. So,
Influenceable does this a lot, pushing sketchy leftist-aligned ads in the past. They'll also pay people to routinely push candidates in movies, too. This is much more an innocent example, but I'm sure you've seen some of these posts. This gives you a visual from start to finish. Listen to what filmmakers have to say. So that guy's doing it. And he shows you over here. Here, I'll show you. This is the new Influenceable phone release. Please label it as Influenceable in your contacts and pin it. Influenceable is launching a campaign for the movie Sound of Freedom. Our goal is to bring massive awareness to the cause of child trafficking and drive people to watch the film. 2 videos posted on Instagram, TikTok, $100 to 11 for every 1,000 views. So you get it.
Yeah, that guy is I think that guy's such a fraud. But you had the guy on explaining what the Sound of Freedom director. Remember, you had the guest on explaining
why it was kind of a scam.
Yeah, and if it was about real child trafficking, think how they suppress that stuff. Why would you need to hire Influenceable to promote a thing like that? A thing people want to know about that they suppress.
Want to get paid to shill for people you know nothing about? Influenceable is the perfect fit for you.
Well, I do want to, but for some reason I'm not fit for that service.
I know. So it just shows you and then they pay them. So here's another one. It just my name is Galen, and I had recruitment at Influenceable, the fastest growing anti-woke influencer agency in the country. RNC works with hundreds of influencers on marketing campaigns to consumer brands, companies, nonprofits, PACs, and candidates. We would like to discuss adding you to our network of influencers so we could provide you with additional work as a content creator. It's simple. No, so then they show you how to do it.
There are no strings attached. I feel like there might be some strings.
Luckily, some right-wing patriots refused to sell out to Big Soda. Here's Riley Gaines. She didn't. She says...
because she's a swimmer and she's not an influencer, like how people set out to be that, like the other scumbag.
She says they offered to pay me to post a big fat check, a big fat heck no from her.
She didn't even swear.
She didn't even swear. Look how... This is just the beginning. Prepare for part 2 of this story, where we find out more about the shady PR firm known as Influenceable. We will not sell out.
Subscribe.
Me too.
I'm subscribing to Nick's order, dude.
Large soda companies are paying influencers upward of $1,000. Why? Because Coke and Pepsi pull in over $5 billion each year off taxpayers-funded food stamps. $5 billion off of food stamps.
I was right. That's exactly what it is. I was right.
Oh my God.
They wouldn't flip out because they have to make you, it's like he crossed state lines, but they don't, you're supposed to fill it in. They don't want you to know it's SNAP.
Look at this. Here's the estimated SNAP households spend 5% of their benefits on soda. That's approximately $5.6 billion on soft drinks nationwide. Assuming Coca-Cola captures 45% of this soft drink spending, aligned with us, that equates to roughly $2.5 billion just for Coke from SNAP.
Yeah.
Wow. To any influencer who decides to take Big Soda shill money following this post, I'm going to call you out by name. The $1,000 ain't worth it. Fair warning. So there it is.
They only give out $1,000 and they make that much off of this evil thing they do.
Wow.
That much money, and they're only paying you $1,000 to sell out the thing you pretended was a big deal.
Wow. And they say, and those are the same people angry at the scientists that Fauci bought off.
Yeah. Well, they're angry at what they look. I don't believe that everybody's this stupid. I don't. And what I've noticed is that's why this is great. This guy's reporting on this, because a lot of these things that I'll see come on the. Like I said, I've told you before, Stupid Destiny. He was paid by some group to argue with Norman Finkelstein as if he was qualified to do that. They try to coach him. This is how everything works. So when you see these bizarre, like, why is this guy? When I saw Coleman Hughes say that stupid thing about, well, ivermectin is made by Big Pharma,
Yeah.
so isn't that bad? And I'm like, I know you're too smart to make an argument like that. I assume that's a paid show. You just assume someone's a paid show when they do that.
Yeah. So those people were what they would. That's the definition of a paid shill. So good work, Nick Sorter. All right, we got to get to our guest, James Corbett, and so we got to say goodbye to Kurt for a little bit, and we'll be back with
I'll
him
see you in a
after.
minute.
Okay. So.